Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
This new school scares us. Not only have we not been given proper information for us to be comfortable about it, but this is what we as parents of children with special needs have fought for years against.
Several parents are saying no to Fargo Public Schools' plan to create a facility solely for children with aggressive behaviors.
But tonight the school board voted to move forward with the changes. 13 out of 15 community members signed up to speak out against the proposal.
Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall tells us why they think the building could violate student rights. Veronica?
The school board proposed a remodel at Agassiz for children with violent and complex behaviors to get them the wraparound services they need, as well as to better serve and protect students and staff in their current classrooms. But parents at tonight's board meeting say the idea is a step in the wrong direction.
Please, really make sure you think about these children, and also think about, are you stepping into the past, and are we stepping into violating the rights of these children?
A majority of the parents say sending these children away from their home schools sends the wrong message. It tells the struggling students they're bad and different, while denying them the chance to learn from their peers. Parents with children in Fargo's pilot program say they aren't seeing progress, and Agassiz employees agree that the program needs work.
What was presented to us as a program that would provide specialists, specialized services, and highly trained staff is not what we are experiencing. This is our 6th week there, and at this point, we don't even have a transition plan.
The proposal is 2 to 1, 4 staff for 8 kids. It's just not going to cut it. Today, we had 9 staff members and 2 police officers working with 1 kid.
We heard tonight about the need for one-to-one, and that is probably true now, but we have to remember that we want these students to be independent of us and to be contributing members of our society into their future, and we don't have paras necessarily following us around as adults.
After hearing comments from parents, the board was split, with some saying they can't support a program that isn't working, and others arguing that leaving these children in their current classrooms puts other students and staff in danger. Ultimately, in a close 5-4 vote, the board decided to move forward with the plan. Mike?
All right, thanks, Veronica. School officials will now start to secure bids for the near $4.35 million remodel of Agassiz and start a partnership with West Fargo Public Schools in the fall of this year.
Hazmat teams from Fargo and Jamestown were called out to Logan County this afternoon after a reported magnesium spill. It happened in the Gackle-Streeter High School Science Lab. Officials say the school was evacuated. The substance was sealed in a metal can and taken to the Gackle Fire Hall for proper disposal. No injuries were reported.
Federal authorities are looking into how the woman who apparently had serious mental health problems got her hands on a gun that was used to kill her kids and herself. Grand Forks police say Astra Volk shot her 3 kids before shooting herself last Thursday. Police have asked the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives to determine how she obtained the handgun. Mentally ill people are supposed to be barred from buying firearms, so they say the ATF is tracking down on who owned the gun last and how they bought it.
It's not a request that we've asked to be expedited necessarily because there's no danger to the public. We are in possession of the gun and the suspect in the case is deceased.
Police say they expect the ATF findings within a couple of weeks. It'll be up to the Grand Forks Police Department to decide whether to make that information public.
A memorial continues to grow outside that home where the murder-suicide took place last week in Grand Forks. People are dropping off stuffed animals, balloons, and kind messages. Investigators say 3 kids were murdered by their mother, Astra Volk, before she took her own life. A funeral has been scheduled for the 3 children. It will be held at 3 p.m. Friday at Hope Covenant Church in Grand Forks. That's the place where the children had Bible study. Visitation is 1 hour prior to the service. Funeral arrangements for Astra Volk are being made but are separate from the children's.
The moisture was nice and it certainly furthers the greening process. I'm guessing there are some area farmers that would love to see even more rain. Let's find out from Robert what's in store for tonight. Robert?
Some of us will continue to see some rain showers as we head through the overnight hours, but the overall trend will be for those to diminish as we head through the very early morning hours on your Wednesday. Right now, temperatures ranging from the mid-40s into the 50s and even a few low 60s. Winds generally Oh, moderate, 10 to 20 miles per hour with some stronger gusts, and mostly out of the east and the north, although southerly through Lakes Country. Some bright white clouds in the far southern portions of the valley, and underneath those clouds, that's where we have seen some showers and some thunderstorms, a few storms just to the northeast of Fargo up near the Ada-Borup area, and a few other storms dwindling across the far southern valley and across Lakes Country. So we head through the next couple of days. Going to show you a preview of the first 2 days. 70s for your Wednesday, but 50s on a Thursday. More on your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Must be spring.
Yep.
All right, thanks.
The national E. coli outbreak associated with romaine lettuce has reached Minnesota as the health department is reporting multiple cases of illnesses in the state. Health officials say 10 people in Minnesota have become ill. The cases started April 20th with the most recent one on May 2nd. They say the cases are both from the metro area and greater Minnesota counties, and that 90% of those sick are women. 3 people were hospitalized and 2 developed a potentially fatal complication that can include kidney failure and other severe problems. Romaine lettuce from Yuma, Arizona, should no longer be on sale. However, shoppers are still encouraged to check their refrigerators for romaine lettuce that may have been grown in the Yuma region.
People living near Detroit lakes aren't happy about the idea of large gravel pits in their neighborhood. Strata Corporation already has one not far from Long Lake, which is southwest of DL. And the thought of adding another one to the existing system has people who live and vacation there upset. Tom Anderson has lived on Long Lake for about 7 years. He says it's always been a dream of his to own a house on the water, adding that he was devastated after hearing about a company wanting to put a gravel pit near his beloved lake.
The idea of having it expanding right into neighborhoods, mining below the water table on a spring-fed lake, you know, and all the other things I think are items that need to be thought through very carefully.
Anderson also tells us he's worried that the additional noise and dust this pit could bring to the area. Meanwhile, an official with Strata tells us the environmental review has been completed, and he says it found that the project imposed no significant environmental effects. The Becker County Board of Commissioners will make the final decision on the proposed gravel pit at the end of this month.
The Wahlbergs are coming to Minnesota, and they're bringing their famous burgers along with them. Brothers Donnie Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg, and Paul Wahlberg will make an appearance at the Mall of America at the end of the month to celebrate the newest location. The Wahlburgers restaurant will be located on level 2 of the Mega Mall and officially opens on May 22nd. It will feature burgers, fish, chicken, and vegetarian options, along with specialty drinks. The Wahlberg brothers will come to Bloomington to celebrate the grand opening of the restaurant at 6 p.m. on May 31st, and that event is open to the public.
What started with 55 orchestra students 20 years ago has grown to more than 700 now. And tonight, all 735 performed on stage together. Marks 2 decades for the West Fargo School Orchestra program. Some call the number of students involved now an explosion. Tonight's 20th anniversary concert at Shields Arena included MC and former district superintendent Chuck Cheney, who was in charge when orchestra first began in that district.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Toys R Us is slashing prices on its top brands, hoping to lure in customers before the doors close for good. Which products are deeply discounted? Later on Valley News Live at 10.
Up next, when a free health screening turns out to be a scam, the new way thieves are trying to get your money and personal information.